Today we're going to be reviewing a made-to-fit, not made-to-measure, suit from a company called Sene Studio. My brother, he hates wearing suits. I sent him a black suit from Sene to wear at a wedding and he loved it. So stay tuned and I'll let you know why he loved this one when he hated every other suit. I'm Bill Sweet and welcome to the Dad Bod. Sene Studio is kind of like a phoenix of clothing stores. They originally were a brick and mortar shop where you go in and you get sized for the clothing, but it wasn't working. So they closed down, they reevaluated their options and their business model, and then they re-emerged from the ashes, figuratively speaking. They're all online now. They're more environmentally friendly because unlike most clothing companies, they aren't making a ton of clothing that's just sitting on a shelf until somebody buys it. They make their clothing in what's called a made-to-fit. You take a quick style quiz, it takes a couple of minutes, no measuring tape needed, and then you order. The quiz consists of a few questions. Now, having purchased more than a few suits from different off-the-rack retailers and several made-to-measure companies, I really couldn't understand how they could get you a suit that's going to fit you based on these questions. How tall are you? What's your weight? Which describes your build? Which picture best describes your midsection? Which picture best describes your shoulders? Now this one is good because I often have issues with clothing because my shoulders are slightly forward. Now I'll get to that one again later when I show you the suit. Then it asks which best describes your shoulder slope. It asks how tops normally fit on you. Now for me, tops are usually a little bit too short. Then it asks what size pants I normally wear. And then it asks about your tush. No, seriously, look right there. It says tush. Normal seat, prominent seat, flat seat, or drop seat. It asks what kind of a rise do you prefer? Do you prefer high-waisted, normal rise, low rise? What kind of a fit do you prefer for your tops? What kind of pants break do you prefer? Now, like I said, I've ordered from several custom suit companies and it really feels like they're missing specific information that one would need to make this fit. The picture shows a belly, but is it a 46-inch belly? Is it a 52-inch belly? Is it a 64-inch belly? That's important information that you need for a suit. And I was right, but don't go anywhere yet. It all works out in the end, just stay with me. They offer free remakes to help make sure that the suit that you're buying fits you right. This here is the first suit that arrived. As you can see, it had a few sizing issues. The trousers were a bit long and a bit baggy. The button placement on the jacket was a bit high, which caused that gap right above my belt buckle. The torso was quite baggy, and then the suit was a little bit short. So I reached out to them, sent them the video that I just showed you of me trying it on. They made a few suggestions for my remake. I made a few counter suggestions, and then we decided to take the shoulders in by 1/2 inch, take the chest in by 1 1/4 inches, take the stomach in by 1 1/2 inches, lower the button placement by 4 inches, lengthen the suit by 2 inches, and reduce the seat by 1 inch. Now for the trousers, we took in the seat by 1 1/2 inches, tapered the thigh by 2 1/2, tapered the knee and the cuff by 3 inches, then we shortened the length by 4 1/2 inches. It took about another 3 weeks to get the remake, similar to the first one, and this one was a lot better. There are a few companies that work similar to this way with made-to-fit, made-to-measure suit world. Indochino does. If you go into their showroom, they'll find a suit that fits close and then they'll make adjustments to the size to help you find your size. And then there's another one, a made-to-measure suit company that sends you a few unfinished suits to try on. They're like sizer suits, and the one that fits you the best is the one that they'll use. And what they do is they make adjustments to that one to find your best measurements. Now, in the end, this really wasn't much different than any other made-to-measure suit that I've had. The first one's a bit off, and then the remake fits great. And it helps you to find your size. I keep my measurements on an index card in my dresser, and when I want to try a suit from a new company, I just use those measurements. And if I want to buy a suit from a company that I've already purchased from, like Oliver Wicks, Hawker T, Sene, companies like that, they already have my measurements on file, so I'm not going to need a remake on any additional clothing that I purchased from them. So here's the suit. It fits so much better. It's not as formal looking as some of my other suits, but this is how it's meant to look. It's a traveler suit. Unlike my other suits, this one can be washed in a washing machine at home. I've washed it twice now. There's no shrinkage at all. Just make sure you follow the directions and hang dry it. It's wrinkle resistant, so you can pack it in a suitcase a lot easier. And here's one of my favorite parts. Have you ever seen people like Jackie Chan or any other action star? They're going about their day beating up bad guys in a suit. You can't do that in a normal suit. You're gonna rip the shoulder seams or pop a button. This suit has flexible fabric, so I can move around way more than I could in a normal suit. And sometimes with my job, I need that. If I'm inspecting equipment on a cabinet or a rack, or if I'm tracing out network cable or screwing in a device, I need that mobility that most people who wear suits don't. I need to be able to lift my arms up like that. This suit gives me that. End of the day, I plan on getting 1 or 2 more of these suits. Not literally the end of today, but I do plan on buying another one this year and maybe a third next year when my budget allows for it. So in the meantime, check out this playlist right here. It's other made to measure suit reviews. And this one right here is other affordable suit reviews. And I'll see you there.